Another beautiful day under capitalism, the greatest, most functional economic system that's ever existed.
You're darn right it is. It's the reason you're able to spend your time making garbage videos like this and not slaving away to hunt and gather food.
Is there crude oil in this? Oh, no, it's just lead. It's fine. Don't worry.
Of course, the insinuation here is that private businesses and free markets are the reason that places like Flint, Michigan have residents getting lead poisoning from the water. Of course, she neglects to remind you that the poisoning came from public water, not private bottled water or from homes that paid private companies to install additional water filters in their homes. Can you name for me a single instance of citizens receiving lead poisoning from water where the water wasn't provided by a government agency, or a pseudo-agency in which a private company had a state-enforced monopoly with no competition? This was certainly the case in Flint, Michigan, and all other examples that anti-market folks try and cite. Mysteriously, they then oppose private companies that provide clean bottled water, so give me a break.
I'm here at my home in Los Angeles, California, to give you the guide to tremendous, lasting wealth success. How are you gonna get there? Everyone wants to know. One word, easy answer. Capitalism. Capitalism.
And if what you mean by capitalism is individuals making uncoerced voluntary exchanges, then yes, capitalism is indeed your best chance to achieving lasting wealth. It's no coincidence that even NBC admits that the majority of billionaires in the world are self-made. Jeff Bezos, the richest man alive, started Amazon in a garage with a pot-bellied stove. How did he become a billionaire? He used his own time and resources to create and build a business that immensely improved the lives of people all around the world. Who loses in this scenario?
Capitalism is a mode of production. That means the way you make stuff.
For the record, mode of production is a term right out of the Communist Manifesto. It arose out of Marx's need to convince the common man that he was somehow being exploited by entering into a voluntary agreement with his employer. But let's make this simple. There are free and voluntary interactions, and there are coercive, forced interactions. If you allow individuals to exchange their own time, labor, and resources in mutually beneficial ways, then you have a system where everyone is better off because of the decisions they make. If a person or group of persons holds guns to the heads of other persons and forces them to give up things that they would not voluntarily part with, you have a system where some people benefit at the expense of others. To the extent that you believe in free, voluntary transactions, you support capitalism. To the extent that you support the use of force to benefit some at the expense of others, you support statism. Using terms like mode of production just obscures the issue. Just say what you mean. You think there should be some all-powerful person or group of persons who gets to decide what you can and cannot do with your own time and resources because they know better than you do.
Under capitalism, there are two ways to make money, and you definitely have to make money. If you're lucky, you own something, like an apple farm or a glue factory, and that makes you the owning class.
I've already made a video explaining why Marx's two-class system is easily refuted by basic observation. But beyond that, it is blatantly false to say that the only way to come to own something is through luck. As I already stated, the majority of billionaires in the world are self-made. And further, approximately 70% of families who inherit the wealth of their forefathers have lost their wealth by the second generation. How can this be the case if luck is the only way to come to own something under capitalism? To get rich under capitalism, the key is providing a good or service that people need or want in a more efficient way than your competitors. Is this easier said than done? Sure, but that doesn't mean that it boils down only to luck.
Nice. If you don't own anything, you're part of the working class, and you make your money by selling your labor. You pretty much sell your labor until you retire. Sorry, let's take that again. You pretty much sell your labor until you die.
Obviously false. Under capitalism, nothing prevents you from leaving your current employer and starting your own business, or taking a job with an employer who is willing to pay you better wages. Were this not the case, Men like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg never would have become billionaires. If you're satisfied working for an employer for a wage you both agree on, then you're free to do that. But nothing about voluntary exchanges in a free market forces you to accept this if you have greater ambitions. In fact, the thing most likely to hinder your ability to start your own business and be successful is, you guessed it, the government.
If you're a part of the owning class, there are a couple of rules about what you can and can't do, but ultimately, you're the one who decides how the product is made, where the profits go, and how much you pay your workers.
Yeah, and if no one wants the product you're selling, you're going to crash and burn. There's a lot of responsibility resting on your shoulders. It's not like you just sit in your office sharpening pencils while the money rolls in.
In a perfect capitalist society, everything is a money-making opportunity. You see a public utility? What if it was privately owned by you?
Well, if research done by Thomas DiLorenzo is correct, everyone would be better off, because public utilities are some of the best examples of mal-managed government busts in history. When public utilities have no competition, and therefore no incentive to provide quality service, consumers are left unsatisfied with no alternatives to turn to. Remember your claim about lead in the water at the beginning of this video? Water is a public utility, so way to shoot yourself in the foot.
Huh? See a bus? Put an ad on that. See a sidewalk? Put a rental scooter on it, because the buses don't work. Plus they're covered in your ads. But why stop there? Keep growing your business. You're an entrepreneur. Get more land, another apple farm, another glue factory. Now you're a glue mogul, and you're providing 30% of all glue in the country with no real public oversight.
And so long as the people who are choosing to buy from you believe they are better off with your product than without, who exactly is harmed in this process?
Pretty sweet. Continue until the world is suffocating under a thick layer of glue. People are dying, you're poisoning them. Don't stop making glue. Just start a phony nonprofit wing of your corporation and advertise the out of it. Makes you look great. Build a hospital. Now people have to go to your hospital and pay you to get treated for all the glue that you put in their livers. That's called vertical integration.
Yeah, capitalism leads to pollution and people dying. How about citing some actual examples, please? Why is it that economic freedom correlates with increased environmental performance, air quality, healthcare, education, and anything else that progressives are always whining about? This is very well documented, and shouldn't be the case if free markets lead to death and destruction.
So, in conclusion, capitalism is a fun and efficient way to consolidate all the world's resources into the control of a tiny group of massively rich individuals, at the expense of everyone else. It rules, and it's totally not feudalism. Congratulations, my friends, on all your wealth and success.
Means TV certainly isn't the first YouTube channel to make a short video exposing the horrors of capitalism. However, all these videos have a common theme, and I've decided to coin my own term for it. Let's call it 2 cents law. Whenever someone attempts to criticize capitalism, they will do so in 2 steps. 1, they will criticize problems that were caused by government coercion and not by voluntary interactions in a free market. 2, they will advocate the expansion of government power to correct the problem they just criticized, thereby undercutting their own argument. I have nothing more to say, other than, to the producers of Means TV, if you want more success in spreading your Marxist propaganda, maybe pick a hotter spokeswoman without such a darn annoying voice. And that is my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the bell to receive notifications so that you never miss an upload. And if you're a fan of my channel, please consider supporting me on Subscribestar, Bitbacker, or Patreon to receive special rewards. All links can be found in the About section of my website, my2centsvideos.com.